Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Christopher Atkinson, Soul Scriptura. Back with another video. Uh, and I'm also coming back from doing a little bit of grocery shopping, so bear with me. But this is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I've been meaning to post this in a video. And I just ain't got around to it. I have so many ideas right now flowing. But again, bear with me. In Matthew chapter 11, a lot of people should be familiar with this. I hope so, because even if you're not, if you're not so skilled with evangelism and apologetics, and you probably still might be a little timid on walking up to people and and expressing your faith. Okay, I get it. Especially when people start bombarding you with questions, like you come from, you got an atheist, you got a Muslim, you got a Hebrew Israelite, Roman Catholic, Mormon, whomever that you run into. I've run into many of all those types, all those sorts, all throughout the years, to past 15, 10, 15 years. I'm not going to give you advice on that. Not yet. Not yet. But I will tell you this, is all of these religions, it dawned on me many years ago, and which is why I wanted to get a video about it. All of these religions preach works. Works. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to Roman Catholicism, you got your 7 sacraments. In Islam, you got the 5 pillars. Okay. Mormonism, there's more works. More works. I posted in a previous video. It's like the Mormon doctrine. A Mormon, she put it out, how she explained it, and the first thing that came to my mind, she like, you'll sin and all this, and then you'll do all of these good works, and Jesus Christ will cover the rest. I was like, that's gap insurance. It's gap insurance for my car. That's when I first learned about my car when I was at the dealership. He explained gap insurance to me because I didn't even know what that was. This was a while back, so don't clown me for that. But it preach works. It preach works. Yeah. But Jesus Christ says in Matthew 11, a well-known passage is, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." That immediately dawned on most, or some, probably some, of the disciples of his 120 disciples. Ultimately, at the end of his 3-year ministry, were legit. Read more about that in the upper room, Acts chapter 2. But with that is, okay, their labor, because of the 613 laws of Moses that the Pharisees and the Sanhedrin has been orchestrating ever since that big period of time between Moses and Christ. But those are so laborious. Who can keep up with it? Who can do that? Paul, Pharisee of the Pharisees, he couldn't keep up with all that stuff. So how do you think I can? The common man, in Jerusalem, in Judea, the common, the Galilean. Nobody can keep up with that. But there's a way out of this. We have that lamb who was led to the slaughter. He kept the law perfectly, which, if you look at the legal implication of imputed righteousness, is that the righteousness of Christ, by keeping the law, now applies to all believers. So it's just as if I kept the law perfectly, even though I know I've been sinning. I know I've been in sin since my toddler, my baby and infant toddler years, all through my childhood years, all throughout public school, all the foolishness I've been getting involved in, my teenage years, my 20s, my 30s. I've been getting in a whole lot of mess, a whole lot of sinning in my life, a whole lot of sin in my life. But Christ kept the law perfectly, and because of my faith, Now it's as if I kept the law perfectly. Let me continue. Verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Again, for the common Judean, Galilean, Georgian, American, whomever, it's so hard. How can we do this? How can we keep the 10 commandments, let alone 613? But he says, take my yoke upon me and learn of me. That's it. That's it. The law of Christ. No, the law of Christ. So if I take upon his yoke, which, check the irony, his yoke is not actually yoke. It's not laborious like the 613 laws of Moses. His yoke of Christ is like what it says in Luke 9:23, is if any man dare to come and wants to come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. That's deny your own flesh. The kind of like what rapper once put out, the threefold camaraderie: the world, flesh, and devil. You deny the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, the same things that ensnared Eve. Is the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. You deny these three things, the Babylonian system is, in a nutshell, in and of itself. You take up your cross, which is actually his cross, take up his cross and follow him. Learn of me. Verse 30, for my yoke is easy. And the irony, my burden is light. All these other religions, they preach works. Hey, look at me, God. I remember the meme, right? A fella covered in tar. He has like a gold emblem which says good works written on it. Hey, God, look at me, but you're covered in tar. These are my good works. You see? I've done this. I've done the five pillars. I've done the 5 pillars. I've done the 7 sacraments. I've done this. I've done that. I've been knocking on doors. I've been doing all going on. I've been feeding soup kitchens. I've been attending soup kitchens on Thanksgiving. I give my money to the poor. I do all these things. I pray 3 times a day, like Daniel. Okay, but what have you done with my son? Did you learn of him? That's all he asks. It's simple. It's easy. And it's light. Yeah. Putting away groceries, but if you like the video, go ahead and click like on the bottom of the screen. I really appreciate that. The YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment as well. Feel free to share it. Share this video, and definitely go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know next time I post a video. So you be the first to comment. Go ahead and comment on there first. That's what all the cool kids are doing, right? And also the last thing is find my group on Sola Scriptura. It's on my Facebook. It's called Sola Scriptura, the same name as my channel. And go ahead and put in a join request. I'll make sure I get back to you in a minute. But at least within 24 hours, not a minute, not a literal minute. Don't hold me on that. But nevertheless, though, is when I first said about evangelism, if you still might be timid about expressing your faith to others on the streets, highways and byways, as the old folks say, and you don't know that much theology. If you don't know that much theology, okay. I didn't. 15 years ago, I did not. 15 years ago, I could not debate an atheist or a Muslim or a Roman Catholic, okay, or a Jew, but I did know this, is when I learned of Christ and that his yoke is easy and his burden is light compared to everything else, the decision was relatively easy. Just keep that in mind next time you run into somebody. Again, my name is Chris Ragston, Sola Scriptura. Until next time, go in peace and serve your Lord.